Hi guys, and welcome to my 6-week pregnancy update. I'm actually 7 weeks today, and I want to talk about what has gone on this past week because I finally have reached all the pregnancy symptoms. Everything has just come full force, and the 6th week of pregnancy really is when everything kind of started to just hit me. So I have a lot to talk about in this video, but let's just kind of start with I guess some of my symptoms. So the biggest new symptom this week, which I have like every pregnancy symptom in the book, is nausea. The morning sickness has hit me, but not usually in the morning. Usually it's kind of later, mid-afternoon, evening when it's the worst. And when I first started, I was like, oh my goodness, this is not good. This is just gonna keep getting worse and worse. But I have kind of learned how to manage it, and it's a little bit more predictable now. I kind of understand when it's coming and when it's going, and so I can kind of manage it better. I've been taking some medication at night to help with it. I've been taking B6 and Unisom, which are both pregnancy safe, at night, and that has seemed to help a lot. Plus just making sure I'm eating small meals, things that are bland, yada yada, all those things that they say. I even bought a big bag of Jolly Ranchers for at work because just having that constant sweet kind of sugary taste in my mouth seems to help. I have not thrown up yet. I'm so thankful. I shouldn't sit here and complain because I know so many women literally are throwing up constantly, and maybe that will still happen as I progress through this pregnancy. But as of right now, it's pretty manageable. I just have no appetite at all. I went from 2 weeks ago wanting to eat everything and anything to everything just sounds gross. And 1 second I'll be like, oh my gosh, I'll eat this, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, that sounds like the worst food ever. And even Jesse pointed it out. I told him, I was like, I really want a smoothie. He's like, are you sure? Because in 2 seconds you're probably gonna not want a smoothie. So I've been eating kind of just whatever I can get down that sounds good, because really not a whole lot sounds good. I've been eating a lot of Eggo waffles with peanut butter and banana, or strawberries on them. I've been trying to drink a lot of smoothies. I'll have a peanut butter banana smoothie, or I'll have a strawberry banana smoothie, or I'll go get a smoothie. Those are kind of the two things that really just always sound okay to eat. But I haven't been eating as healthy as I normally would, which is really hard. The most humbling thing about this pregnancy so far is I've always been a super active, productive person. I get up, I eat, I go to the gym, I come home, I do a bunch of chores, I take the dogs out, I come home, I get ready, I film a bunch of videos, I edit them, do some more chores, I go and get the groceries, I cook dinner, and I'm just busy throughout my entire days. And now literally every little thing is just kicking my butt. Today I got up, I ate a little something, I laid in bed for a little bit longer, I managed to sweep today and kind of wipe down the bathrooms, take out the trash, some basic stuff. But literally after I'm done filming this video, I plan on going and laying down because I already feel so exhausted. It's I don't want to call the baby a parasite, but literally it's sucking the life out of me, and it's really difficult. I've always been one, when I'm sick, I just push through and keep going and say, okay, well, I'm gonna get, I'll get better. I still have stuff to do today, but now it's when I don't feel well, I feel like I can't do much. I just need to lay down and take a rest and relax. And so I've been trying to do that. I know I'm not going to get that opportunity once the baby comes, at least not as often. And so I'm just kind of trying to soak up that little bit. Otherwise, other symptoms that I'm having, my breasts are still sore. You guys know that. They're getting a bunch of veins on them, and it looks so weird and so gross, but whatever. Blood flow is pumping to them to get ready for breastfeeding. The other biggest thing that happened this week, and this is probably the most exciting thing, but also most nerve-wracking. So about a week ago, right at the beginning of my 6 weeks, I started getting these twinges, kind of like lightning twinges, and they started on the right side, and then then they would go to the left, and it was just super unpredictable. Nothing brought it on. I could be sitting, I could be walking, I could be laying down. It didn't matter. And it wasn't cramps, but it was just kind of weird getting these twinges. But that's not really what worried me as much as I started to get kind of this pinkish, tannish mucousy discharge, and then I started to get a couple like brown stringy things in there, and I know it's probably gross and TMI, but no like active bleeding, so to speak, like no bright red blood or clots or nothing like that. And it was like so minimal that I wouldn't have noticed it unless like I wiped and saw it, but I became kind of paranoid because I'm like, I'm having these twinges and I'm having this weird discharge. So I called my OBGYN, and the nurse talked me through it. She gave me a couple things to do, but she said like, if you really want to come in, we're happy to see you, and just to ease your mind or talk about it. And I just, you know, I said, okay, I'm gonna try the things that you said. And then I ended up calling her back that same day, and I was like, actually, like, I would really love to come in. I know myself, I'm a worrier, and I knew that if my next appointment wasn't for another week and a half. And so I knew if I didn't go in, I would just be stressing about it, wondering if everything was okay. And we were planning on telling my family and all this, and I just didn't want to go to my next appointment, which is the day before we're telling my mom, and like get bad news, and then it's like just terrible. So, and I know it's hard to, like, I know I shouldn't think like that, but that was like my mindset, is if I'm gonna get bad news, I'd rather have it now. But we didn't get bad news, so we went to the doctor and they did an ultrasound, and right away we saw the heartbeat. And I was 6 weeks, 3 days at that time. I was measuring 6 weeks, 2 days, so he said everything looks great, and the heartbeat was 135 beats per minute, which he said was perfect. Everything looked good. He didn't see any active bleeding. He didn't see anything abnormal. My cervix looked really well. The baby looked well for like being a little blob. It was measuring 0.5 centimeters, which is just so tiny. He said that my symptoms, you know, everything's growing and stretching. The cervix is super raw during pregnancy. And I had, prior to these symptoms, I had worked out, I don't want to say like pretty hard, but looking back on it, I worked out, I did 3 solid workouts in a row, and I probably just overdid it. And so that maybe have kind of irritated my cervix a bit, which caused that kind of old blood mucousy to pass through over the next couple of days. So he said he gave me some tips on things to do and not to do. Exercise is great, but he said, if you're getting these symptoms, then maybe take a week off and then, you know, resume mild activity. I really I've said it from the beginning, I want to continue to exercise throughout pregnancy, and I want to be healthy and all that. So it's been really difficult to like only be craving waffles and wanting to sleep all day when I'm normally like a really active person going out running and exercising at the gym. But obviously it's an easy sacrifice to make, knowing that like I don't want to cause any danger to the baby. I've really like kept it easy these past couple days / past week, and try to just listen to my body. And I'm still getting those twinges. I still have like a beigeish discharge. So I'm just thinking that things are growing and stretching. Like my uterus, I read today, has already doubled in size from pre-pregnancy, which is pretty crazy. And so everything's just growing and stretching, and I kind of take it as like a positive sign now, as long as there's no like big cramps or active bleeding, big clots or anything like that. I'm sure everything's fine. So I don't have my next appointment until March 7th, which I will be just short of 10 weeks at that time. So that will be kind of my first real prenatal appointment where they do blood work and all of that stuff. We'll do another ultrasound. I'm like 99% positive. But it was so reassuring to see the heartbeat. So here's one of the ultrasound pictures. Again, like literally the baby's like just a little blob. You can't see like anything really that, you know, I mean, it's super exciting for me and for Jesse and I, just because it was like, I mean, this is our baby. Like, it's real. It's in there. It has a heartbeat. Like, it's just crazy. So, as far as I know, there's just one. They only saw one. I'm pretty sure at this point you'd be able to see twins, but I have heard crazy stories about people seeing, like, you know, finding out they had twins later on. But I'm pretty sure we would know if it was twins or not at this point. But it's so cute. It's funny. I used to like not make fun of, but people would post these pictures on Instagram and stuff and be like, oh, look at my cute baby. And it's like, it's a blob. Like literally you can't see anything yet. But here I am like, oh, look at my cute baby. So why am I out of breath? Anyways, that's kind of the biggest things that have happened this week. Everything's going well. This, in just like 5 days we'll be finally telling my mom, and that's like, I don't want to say the last person I have to tell. That's like I've been so excited to tell everyone, but like telling my mom is going to be the most special for me. And so I'm super excited because once we finally tell her, it's like we can announce to everyone that I'm pregnant. And so that's super exciting. We took some announcement pictures this week just because we had the ultrasound and like we had a good opportunity to do them. The weather was perfect. The lighting was perfect. I love how they turned out. So I'll be inserting them I said that weird. Inserting them like while I'm talking right now so you can see a couple of them, but we'll be using those pictures to announce like on social media. And I think that's it. This video is so long, and I know it's so long, but a lot happened over this past week. So I guess this will probably be one of the last videos. Maybe I'll do one more before you guys actually know that I'm pregnant, which is just crazy. So I need to catch my breath. Okay, well, thank you guys for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Oh my gosh, I realized I forgot to show my 6-week belly. So here we go. Literally, not much has changed. Oh, you can't like really see. I just feel like everything's like kind of just like pudging out, so to speak. Like all of my pudge is just kind of like pushing out. This is like terrible lighting for anyone who's trying to show their belly. So it's like all this that I like have always had, this little squish, I just feel like is like pushing out more, but not like pregnancy related. And honestly, it makes me feel like I am like super fat. That's how I feel. I feel really fat. And I know you guys are gonna be like, no, you're not fat or whatever. Or if you think that, then you're not gonna say it because I'm sensitive and I'm hormonal. But it's like all of my squish is just like squished out. That's what I feel like. But it is what it is.